What is going on, everyone? As you can tell by the title, I made the national meet, and pretty speechless, pretty crazy weekend that I had with indoor track conference and cross conference being the same week, but didn't bring the camera along for this trip just because I wanted to really focus on, the conference meets and doing what I had to do for my team, and ended up having a pretty solid weekend. Got some race footage for you guys, but wanted to sit down and just kind of intro this video before we got into the race footage. Going to show you guys all the race footage right now, and then we will talk a little bit about my race strategy. So as you can tell, I ended up winning a cross-country conference, and basically this year, because there is no regional meet, if you won your conference cross-country, you were an automatic bid to nationals. So I am going to be running at the NCAA Division I national meet, which is pretty crazy to think about. I know there's going to be some comments saying that I probably shouldn't be there, but I could honestly get dead last and still have the best time of my life. The fact that I'm going to this meet is absolutely incredible. I've watched this meet for so many years leading up to this point, and I just idolize so many people that are going to be racing in this meet. So it's going to be super cool, and it's going to be a super cool vlog. Definitely going to be bringing my camera along for this one. But now to kind of break down the race, because that is what this video is about. I won cross country conference, which is amazing. Being my first conference cross country meet in this new conference, wasn't really sure what to look out for, who to look out for. I really like to study how other people run and kind of exploit, things that they do. But ended up kind of just going into this one blind. I figured it would probably be taken out pretty hard because track was a little bit played a little bit slower towards the start of the race. They were pretty tactical races, so I figured IUPUI would probably take this out pretty hard, especially with me and a lot of my teammates and a lot of other people in the race having 5K, 3K under their belt from indoor conference. But it ended up going out, kind of like I figured. I don't think it went out too hard, but it definitely wasn't a tactical race at the start. And then slowly, I kind of just, at the start of the race, there was like a lead pack kind of, and then like a huge like peloton pack, and then slowly we kind of caught back up to them. And I was pretty much in the lead pack from the start, and we kind of just ran together up until 5K, and then 5K is pretty much where the race really started in my eyes. So we hit 5K and I was not feeling very good at all, and what I wanted to do was I wanted to hit a pretty hard surge at 5K, because my thought process behind that was there's a pretty solid group still, and I figured that if I kind of just stayed content and stayed in this group, I would eventually die off and probably get like 10th or so. So I wanted to make a hard surge to kind of separate out this group, so hopefully I could put some distance on some people, so when I did die they wouldn't catch back up to me and I could probably finish like top 5 or something. So that was the goal there. So we hit 5K and I put in a pretty good surge, took the lead, and then from there on, no one passed me. So it definitely wasn't what I expected to do. It probably looked like a crazy move, but really that wasn't what it was intended to be. But hit that hard move at 5K, and then slowly started to feel better, which was nice to see. And then we hit 6K, and at 6K was my surge point. It was slightly downhill, and the wind was at my back, so that was when I thought, if the last lap came around and I was in that top group still, this would be my surge point to try to break away from the group. So ended up putting in a surge right there too. And then slowly I heard second place starting to close in on me. Around 6.5K, you go into this big long straight stretch with the wind at your face. And Carlos from UIC, if you are watching this, Carlos is a beast. But he ended up coming up behind me and kind of sitting on my back through the windy part. And this kind of made me very nervous. I thought for sure I had lost it at this point, just because he closed that gap on me, and then on top of that I was kind of eating the wind. I mean, he definitely had some wind still, but I was eating a good bit of wind here and was getting pretty tired. And then you go up a little uphill and then you turn around and come with the wind at your back. So we hit 7K and we're running back towards the finish line, and he swung out beside me. And then at about a K to go, I get near my coach and he tells me, "Remember what I told you, playground." And what he meant by that was we always measure out every like 200 meters of the last K. So we do 200 to go, 400 to go, 600 to go, 800 to go. And what he meant by playground was 600 to go. And it seems like it's very far from the finish line, but really it's not. You have, a little under like 2 minutes left to run. So once we hit playground, I ended up putting in a hard surge, and it is up a hill, so I put in a little gap there, and then you go and cross a street, and then you kind of do this little turn and then up to the finish line and finish. And once I crossed that street, you have about 400 to go, and I just started sprinting and didn't really think, I still thought I was about to get kicked down 100%, and ended up turning around, looking with probably about 20 meters left to go, and I had realized I had won, and I threw up my hands, gave the little Y, And then from there, I mean, still it is not sunk in that I won. Somehow, after the 5K, 3K double, I came out for cross and just felt strong. And at 5K, didn't really feel too good. And put in that surge, which is something I would have never done like before this year. I think I'm just a lot more confident in myself in racing, and I feel a lot stronger. And it was almost like I kind of controlled the race from 5K on, which was really nice to feel. And, you know, putting in those surges and stuff, something that, you know, usually last year I would kind of just run, and if I died, I died, and didn't really think about it a whole lot. But now I'm really like looking at the map, you know, looking at surge points, you know, where do I want to go? Where do I want to, you know, put in that hard effort, and, you know, measuring that last K of the course, and just stuff like that is really opened my eyes to how much, you know, better I'm racing right now than I was last year. But yeah, overall, won the cross-country conference meet. I'm trying to think if I have anything else to say, because definitely just been rambling on. But such a crazy experience. Like I said, there was track conference the week before, and I will be coming out with videos talking about both the 5K and the 3K. Both of those went pretty solid for me as well, so definitely have to talk on those. But yeah, that is basically it for this video. Hope you all enjoyed, and I hope to see you guys in the next one.